jumping into waterfall trying to save a baby elephant. It has been described as a national tragedy. A total of 11 elephants lost their lives trying to save a baby elephant from drowning. The incident took place in Khao Yai National Park and has received international attention. Last Saturday, authorities discovered the bodies of 6 elephants. 5 of them were believed to have jumped into Heo Narok waterfall to save a 3-year-old elephant that eventually drowned. Another 2 live elephants were found on the cliff by the waterfall, also trying to help the others. They are now in the care of the vet. But there is even sadder news. A drone sent to inspect the area has revealed the bodies of another 5 elephants in the vicinity. Mr. Kanchit Nopawan, chief of Khao Yai National Park, says Heo Narok waterfall has steep waterfalls, deep ravines, and fast-flowing water. These factors contributed to the death of the elephants. He says all 11 elephants came from the same herd. There were 2 surviving mother and baby elephants. The government has ordered Khao Yai National Park staff to reconstruct a wall around the cliff waterfalls. There is one there already, but it has not been repaired for more than 30 years. Locals have been asked to keep a watch on roaming elephants to prevent such an occurrence happening again. In 1992, a total of 8 elephants lost their life at the same waterfall. And next, let's go to Chiang Mai Zoo. The officer said in a statement about the cause of giant panda Xuan Xuan's death. Chiang Mai Zoo said in a statement about the cause of beloved giant panda Xuan Xuan's sudden demise in its website and the Zoological Park Organization website. The statement came after People's Republic of China of Wildlife Conservation Association dispatched panda experts to Thailand to investigate the cause of death in the aftermath of autopsy and diagnosis of the male bear by a Chinese-Thai joint working team showed that the nutrition of giant panda Xuan Xuan were in good criteria with no external wounded and contamination in trachea found. The cause of its death was due to heart failure that led to lack of oxygen of widespread internal organs. Chinese and Thai sides will later work on related issues under the agreement between the Zoological Park Organization under the royal patronage of His Majesty the King and People's Republic of China of Wildlife Conservation Association. And we will proceed to compensate for giant panda Xuan Xuan's death as soon as possible. In the meantime, we continue to take care of female Lin Hui as good as possible. Chinese side will provide various kinds of information through its official websites, while Thailand will do it through Chiang Mai Zoo and Zoological Park Organization websites. And let's move to political news. General Prayut said academics and members of the opposition have been arrested on citizen charges, and it was a matter for the court and must proceed accordingly. 12 people, including academic and members of the opposition, have been arrested on citizen charges. The charges arise over a meeting on September 28 in Pattani, where people expressed views on changing the constitution. The charges were brought by the Internal Security Operations Command, or ISOC. ISOC say the discussion threatened national security as well as hinder efforts to find solutions to problems in the South. The 12 people have hit back this week, lodging a lawsuit against the Prime Minister accusing him of malfeasance. The lawsuit was lodged by Nikom Bunviset of the Thai People Power Party and he's one of the 12 being charged. Prime Minister Prayut Chan-o-cha answered questions about the charges this week. When asked by reporters about the incident, General Prayut said it was a matter for the courts and must proceed accordingly. He said everybody has the right to sue, although he didn't want the conflict to escalate. Deputy Prime Minister General Prawit Wongsuwan also said the case had to follow the correct legal process. Major General Thanathip Sawangsang from ISOC said there had been widespread criticism of Article 1 of the Constitution. As a result, ISOC law enforcement officers had to act, otherwise they themselves may have been violation of the law. He said it was now up to the courts to decide. South Korean man arrested after 25 years hiding in Thailand. Police have made an arrest in a case that goes back a quarter of a century. The man arrested is a South Korean. Immigration police say the 55-year-old man, known only as Yang, has spent the last 25 years hiding in Thailand. He was arrested during a crackdown on foreigners overstaying their visas in the central province of Pathum Thani. Police say he entered Thailand in 1994, but remained here after his passport expired in 1999. Yang is wanted by Korean police on charges for falsifying checks and personal identification documents. Here in Thailand, he was charged with overstaying his visa and was deported. Another South Korean was arrested in a separate case. The 36-year-old man, known only as Yoon, was wanted by Korean police for fraud. Yoon was arrested in a luxury condo in Chonburi's Banglamung district. He was accused of swindling 89 victims out of about 500 million baht while investing in the futures market from 2009 to 2016. The money was supposed to go towards investing in gold, Australian currency, and crude oil. After the scheme collapsed and the scandal broke, he fled to Thailand and stayed here for 2.5 years. And now let's talk about the popular campaign now, Taste Shop Use campaign, which Thai people call Chim Chop Chai. It's a campaign that's launched 2 weeks ago, but now it's very popular with many shoppers. A new government initiative to get Thais to spend money has taken off around the country. 10 million Thais have signed up for the campaign called Taste Shop Use. The idea is to get Thais to spend money in provinces other than their own in an effort to stimulate the economy. Each participant received 1,000 baht to spend in shops, hotels, and homestays, with an emphasis on spending in smaller shops to get more money circulating in the system. There is a time limit of 14 days to spend the money. It's phase one of the project, and shop owners around the country are reporting a healthy number of transactions. In Nakhon Ratchasima, participating stores say the project has been well received. This shop owner, Shin Nin Chai, says sales are brisk, and he noticed most shoppers choose to spend their money in local community shops rather than big shopping centers. That's because there are no queues like there are in bigger places. Most of the shoppers are students and workers from neighboring provinces, or those who come from other provinces but work in Nakhon Ratchasima. Mr. Shinin says the government should extend the available time for purchasing, since 14 days seem to be a little too short. He says not many of his customers were using the money for tourism purposes, but rather to buy necessities such as food and to shop. Meanwhile, in Ang Thong, a province famous for its temple, lots of people have signed up to the project and are using the money for tourism purposes. Like Nakhon Ratchasima, people are also using the money to go shopping and to eat. Ang Thong's big shopping mall called Tae Supercenter was overflowing this week as people flocked to the place to exercise their spending rights. Most came from nearby provinces such as Ayutthaya, Singhburi, and Lopburi. They said they found out the participating store from their website, chimchopuse.com. I believe that this weekend we'll have a lot of shoppers going out to spend money from this campaign. Yes, and now let's take a short break. Please stay tuned. ทำให้วิถีชีวิตของผู้คนเปลี่ยนไปและกำลังจะเปลี่ยนโลกทั้งใบเรามาร่วมกันใช้เทคโนโลยีและนวัตกรรมในการขับเคลื่อนและพัฒนาประเทศไทยมารู้จักและก้าวไปกับเทคโนโลยีและนวัตกรรมที่อยู่รอบตัวคุณใน STEM มูลคำก้าวทันไทยแลนด์ 4.0 ข่าวภาคค่ำททบ 5 จันทร์ถึงศุกร์พฤษภาคมนี้
รุ่นนี้ใช้ได้รุ่นนี้ก็ใช้ได้นี่ก็ได้จะรุ่นไหนก็ใช้ B20 ได้เพราะ Hilux Revo ทุกรุ่นรองรับ B20 ดาวต่ำผ่อนสบายถึง 31 ตุลาคมนี้
Welcome back to Weekly News Thailand. Let's update for the flooding situation in the northeast. Some areas are gradually getting better, but some areas still remains underwater. So soldiers from the Royal Thai Army are preparing to help villagers affected by flood to get back to their normal life. Soldiers from the Royal Thai Army are preparing to help villagers affected by floods get their life back to normal. Floods have cut a swathe through much of the northeast, in particular Ubon Ratchathani, Yasothon, Kalasin and Drought. Though the worst is over, some areas remain underwater. Colonel Surijan Ngathong, the Army's deputy spokesperson, says soldiers are in all flood-affected areas, helping with rehabilitation and cleaning up. They are focusing on the worst-hit areas such as Ubon Ratchathani and Drought provinces, where most of the water has dissipated. However, some areas remain underwater. Water levels are still at 30 centimeters deep in some parts of the city of Ubon Ratchathani, making some homeowners hesitant to leave shelters and return home. The Army still has 37 such shelters open for people to stay, but they expect them to be closed by next week and the majority of people to go home. Soldiers are helping to rebuild structures, moving things back into homes, clean homes, distribute medical kits and offer advice where necessity. Repair work is being done on electrical lines and agricultural equipment damaged by the floods. Roads are being cleared to enable transportation. Next week, there is a plan to continue helping villagers return home, as well as a big cleaning day for public places. Meanwhile, in Drought, work is being done to remove sediment from farmland. In Selapum district, for example, more than 65 acres of farmland has been improved. Mechanics from Armed Force Region 2 unit have brought in heavy equipment to continue working throughout this week. They say about 20% of the work has been done. We now cross to Seri Prachathipattai Bridge in the district of Warin Chamrap in Ubon Ratchathani. It is here relief efforts are being coordinated. Trucks are being used to demolish temporary shelters that were set up to aid flood victims. The military is also ensuring villagers safely return to their homes, as well as helping out with cleaning and garbage collection at the shelters. It's all part of push to return everything back to normal as soon as possible, according to instruction of the Army commander. This week, the Prime Minister's office said the Prime Minister Prayut Chan-o-cha wanted to thank all government officers, civilians, police, military, volunteers, and the private sector who came together to help out during the disaster. He said all sectors had cooperated since the very beginning when the tropical storm first hit. The Prime Minister said this was especially true in Ubon Ratchathani, which was hit the hardest owing to its geographical location. He thanked the province governor for coordinating all efforts and providing the best assistance to the people. Top brass of the Thai Royal Army went to the United States this week to inspect joint military training between America and Thailand, known as the 10th JRTC Rotation 2019. The contingent included Army Chief of Staff General Thirawatt Bunyawat, Director-in-Chief Lieutenant General Chanawut Butkinari, and Lieutenant General Thanet Wongchaum, Commander of Chulajom Klao Royal Military. Thai infantry is participating in the training at Fort Polk in the American state of Louisiana. The generals were briefed on the training as well as inspecting the military games being carried out there. The visit took place from October 4 to October 6. There are 25 U.S. ground forces from the Pacific region participating in the activity, and Thailand sent 142 Army troops to take part. General Thirawat and his group observed aerial strategic planning and tactical operations as they planned an attack on an enemy village known as Tyranny. Despite the high-profile visit, the World Games were not put on hold, as it was believed such a move would interfere with the training and the mission. After observing the action, the Chief of Staff visited the Tactical Command of the 3rd Brigade in the Pearson Ridge training area, meeting with the 3rd Brigade commander, who is in charge of the training division. It's hoped the experience and knowledge gained from the 10th JRTC rotation training can be adapted for use in the Royal Thai Army, especially in the field of virtual training, as well as strengthening ties between the US and Thailand in the Indo-Pacific region. The Royal Thai Navy is training 2,200 troops for the Royal Barge Procession as the event of the coronation of His Majesty King Rama X. Preparations are underway for the Royal Barge Procession on October 24th as the final event of the coronation of His Majesty King Rama X. The event will take place on Thursday, the 23rd of October, starting at the Wasugri Pier at 4 p.m. and heading towards the Grand Palace. The rehearsal of the Royal Barge Procession mimics exactly how it was done in ancient times. The procession goes for 4 kilometers and takes 40 minutes. Some of the well-known barges present during the procession include the Supannahong Royal Navy, Anantanakarat Royal Barge, the Royal Barge Narai Song Suban, and the Anekachat Puchong Throne Hall. The Royal Thai Navy is training 2,200 troops for the event, and rehearsals are in full swing in and around Rama 8 Bridge, the beginning of the military procession. A total of 52 royal barges will be used in the event. The Navy scheduled 12 rehearsals. Yesterday was the 10th rehearsal. There will be another 2 on October the 17th and 21st before the actual event on October the 24th. We will be right back after a short break. Please stay tuned.
แต้วเป็นลูกค้าจริงที่มั่นใจ Toyota ชัวร์ด้วยเจ้าหน้าที่ TVI ที่เช็คประวัติรถทุกคันตรวจละเอียด210จุดมาวันนี้รับดอกเบี้ย 2.49 และฟรีประกันภัยถึง31ธันวาคมนี้มาคุยกันก่อนสิคะ
Welcome back to Weekly News Thailand. The winter is coming and the rainy season is nearly over, but there is still not enough water for rice crops because water levels are still low in our 27 reservoirs in the northeast. It's the end of the rainy season, but the Nakhon Ratchasima Provincial Irrigation Department says water in the dams is at only 35% of capacity. Kitikun Sepasi Rapon from the department says water levels are much lower than they were last year. There are 14 dams and reservoirs that have less than 30% capacity. The 3 with the least amount of water are Hoi Bang Yang, Hoi Yang, and Lam Praplung. Kitikun says the reason is because this year's rainfall throughout the rainy season was less than expected. He says Nakhon Ratchasima Irrigation will make major changes to ensure there is enough water for the region. It will change the water management structure as the province prepares for a drought situation for the 3rd consecutive year. And the department will lay water pipes from the Chi River to store water for use in areas repeatedly affected by drought. Montri Charlie Krua went to the Ban Khai pumping station to meet more than 100 farmers who say rice crops are dying due to a lack of water. Chayapum has a similar problem to the water situation in Nakhon Ratchasima, in that the province's 13 large and medium-sized dams and reservoirs are at 40% capacity. Water in creeks and canals are also beginning to dry up. This is bad news for farmers who have just planted crops and are starting to grow. Montri says he will tell relevant agencies to pump water from nearby water sources to help nourish the rice plants. Water will be pumped to 800 hectares of farmland in Ban Khai until the end of October to help alleviate the situation there. Tomorrow is the start of a long weekend and the temperatures are cooling down, which means many people taking this opportunity to travel. If you are not sure where to go, there are many places to discover in the north, northeast, and south. Let's take a look at some of them. We begin in the northern province of Phitsanulok and the spectacular mountain known as Khao Pok Lon. During the holiday season, tourists flock here for the amazing views, especially what's known as a sea of mist, which settles on the areas this time of year. Temperatures get down to 15 degrees, so bring a jacket. There's a 360-degree view of the mountainous landscape, and it's a perfect picture opportunity as the mist flows through the mountains. In the nearby district of Nakhon Chum, there's a new tourist attraction that's drawing a lot of attention. It's a wooden walkway that crosses over 1 hectare of rice fields. The walk is a wonderful experience as it captures the beauty of the area and the way of life of the local people. And let's move now to the northeastern province of Khon Kaen and the curious rocky formations at Nam Pong National Park in the district of Ban Phang. This is situated on a high cliff and is an ideal relaxing place to visit when temperatures start to cool. The unique aspect of this place is the rock formations. They've all been formed by nature, and if you look carefully, you will see they resemble things such as seals, elephants, and whales. The fun of the trip is trying to make out which rocks look like which animals. New formations are constantly being discovered, like this one in the form of shark. In addition, there's a new pathway through the forest to a cave known as Naki Payasai Cave. However, you need a guide to explore that cave. Authorities in the same place are getting ready to open a new tourist attraction, a cliff face called Pa Siêu Voi, and should be ready for peak tourist season. If you're heading towards the south, there's a new tourist attraction in Surat Thani that is becoming popular. At the Ratchaprapha Dam Reservoir, you can now take a raft to observe hornbills in the area. And the dam is in Khao Sok National Park and is a very beautiful place to visit. Many Thai tourists come here, and more foreign tourists are discovering it too. Canoe rafting is new to the area, and the highlights include seeing all sorts of wildlife, especially bird life, on the reservoir. You can also hear monkeys screeching in the forest. And the national park there has launched a campaign inviting tourists to take a raft at all times of the day. In the morning, you can drink coffee on the raft. At noon, you can have lunch while listening to a gibbons. Then, in the evening, you can have dinner amid the sounds of crickets. And the most magnificent part of the reservoir are the 3 rocky hills in the middle of the water, known as Kui Lin, Thailand. There's a coral cave here too, called Nam Thalu Cave, that's worth a visit. And another place I would like to recommend is Pou Phi Rambha. It's a popular nature spot which is very beautiful, especially during winter season. You can see fog, you can see flower, waterfall, which is the charm of this place. Pou Phi Rambha is a very popular national park stretching 3 provinces, Loi, Phitsanulok, and Phetchabun. It's located near the border of Laos and receives a lot of tourists starting at this time of the year looking for a holiday that's back to nature. This year, the local authorities say the emphasis is on safety. Bunchui Chunhagit is head of the Pou Phi Rambha National Park, and he says the park is ready for tourists. It gets quite busy over New Year, and this year is expected to be a busy one. He says that the park has 5,000 tents available for hire and bungalows that can accommodate up to 300 people at a time. In addition, staff have prepared signs at various observation points as well as warning signs in places where accidents can occur. The park is now offering insurance too. For 10 baht, you will cover against accidents with payout not exceeding 12,000 baht. And the weather is quite cold almost all year round. The average annual temperatures is about 18 to 25 degrees. But if you go during winter season, the temperature would drop to 0 to 4 degrees, which is so nice. And let's go to the northern part of Thailand. I have to say that Thailand is not just a land of smiles, but it's land of festivals too, especially the beautiful one held in the northern city of Lamphun this week. This is the temple known as Wat Phra Thát Haripunchai Waramahavihan in the city of Lamphun. It was here tourists flocked to the annual Lamphun Lantern Festival. In Thai, it's known as the Festival of 100,000 Lanterns, and it truly is a sight to see. Hanging lanterns is a unique Northern Thai custom, since it is tied to worship and making merit. The light within each lantern represents the teachings of the Lord Buddha. Thousands of lights in all different colors turn the temple into a fairyland. Tourists paid respects to a Buddhist relic at the temple, as well as praying to Queen Damtevi, the first monarch of the Haripunchai kingdom, at what is now Lamphun. And the festival finishes today. And the last place I would like you to recommend you to go is Khun Nam Nang Non Cave. Do you still remember?
Yes.
It's the cave that 13 boys were trapped last year, and now it has been opened to be as tourist attractions. The cave where the 12 white boys football team and their coach got trapped last year has been opened as a tourist attraction. The whole was in 2018 when the boys and their coach were rescued in a daring operation at the cave, known as Tham Luang. After that, the cave was closed for safety reasons and for renovation. And this week, just in time for the tourist season, the Tham Luang Khun Nam Nang Non Forest Park opened for business in the northern province of Chiang Rai. Local government has been working to improve access roads to the cave, as well as renovating the front area. This includes a waterfall to enhance the beauty of the area. Finally, this week, there was the grand opening. The Department of the National Parks, Wildlife and Plant Conservation said that only 30 visitors will be allowed in the cave at any given moment. It's expected the cave will draw interest from both local and overseas tourists. The weather in Chiang Rai is quite cool at the moment, with temperatures getting down to 22 degrees and even lower than that inside the cave. Most recently, it was 20 degrees Celsius inside. So there are many beautiful places to go in Thailand, especially winter season, which is the best time of the year. And that's all for Weekly News Thailand. Thank you for watching us and see you again next Friday. สวัสดีค่ะ